Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, people ages, how you guys doing? Welcome to Road to FaZe, hashtag number 5. I'm your host, Blocks. And today, you guys are going to see some more Call of Duty in the background, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. But the title of this video is, I'm going to tell you in just a second, because I wanted to let you guys know that I am still going to continue putting my audio over the pictures in the background, the gameplay, just because it makes it a lot easier. You guys can see the gameplay, and then you guys can hear my amazing story on top of it. And also, P.S., if you hear me drinking, I'm drinking some water because of a little scratch in my throat. And don't think it's because something I'm going to tell you later in the story, because it's not. I don't know what it is, but there's something in my throat and it's causing me to cough a little bit. But yeah, so I just thought I'd let you know. So if you've read the title, you've already seen that this video, this title, this YouTube, what we're talking about today is actually Prom again. Yeah, so that might be a little confusing. So I'm going to kind of break it down for you guys. So Prom has definitely been super interesting this year. And when we last left off, it was going pretty well. We were going good. Everything was good. Well, everything just hit the fan. It is all going really weird now. And I'm going to tell you guys, and maybe you guys can hopefully see it. Maybe you guys have had a prom experience that has been this interesting. If not, well, then that's okay too. Better for you than for me. So, today I'm going to I've put up some names for you guys. I've changed up some names just to make it a little easier for following purposes. So, last left off, I was going to prom with Hannah. I'm going to use Hannah as an example. So, I'm going to prom with Hannah. And my friend, we'll just call him Mark. Mark is going to go to prom with Hannah's best friend, which is Danny. So, hopefully you guys got that. So, I'm going to prom with Hannah. Mark's going to prom with Danny. Okay? We got that. So, just recently, so today is actually Friday, but you guys are probably going to see this video like Wednesday-ish. Prom is actually a little over a week. So, a week away. Let's just put that into perspective. I want to give you guys a little background just so you guys can kind of understand what is going on. So, now let's back ourselves up 3 days ago. So, that puts ourselves at about Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Perfect. Tuesday. So, Tuesday comes along, and I am on the phone with Hannah. You know, just talking about prom, kind of just how everything's going, talking about how she is. Because, you know, we're friends. We talk on the phone, and everything's going well. So, Hannah decides to tell me that right before we're about to go, that her mom says she is not allowed to go to my prom unless she feels better by this weekend. Yeah, that's right. So, Hannah has actually been a little sick. She's kind of come up with a little cold, and this is why I wanted to let you guys know that I've not been kissing Hannah. That is why I do not have a scratched throat. She lives 2 hours away, so her mom decided, you know, hey, if you're not better by this weekend, you're not going to prom. And I was just kind of shocked by this. I was like, what? Your mom? Okay, you're not coming to my prom if you don't feel better. All right. So she was kind of knowing that I was a little upset, so she just was like, okay, I'm going to bed. I was like, wow, you're going to leave now? Okay, sure, go ahead, go to bed. So we left it at that. Instantly, I call up Danny. That is my friend Mark's prom date. Danny, I call up, best friends with Hannah. I call her up and I'm like, yo, is this true? Hannah's sick now, and if she's not better by this weekend, her mom's not letting her go. And she was kind of taken by surprise, like, really? Because she told me that this Thursday and Friday that she was going to go down to basketball, state basketball, and stay with a bunch of friends. They all got a big room. She's sick, and they all got a big room to stay down there. And so I was just like, wow, okay, so now she's sick, but she's going to go to the basketball game. But she's not going to go to my prom because her mom said she's not allowed. Also, I learned from Danny that Hannah's mom said that she was not allowed to go to my prom. She just thought it was a bad idea. But Hannah told Danny that she was going to make it work. She was going to go because she was going to convince her mom. So already her mom was thinking this was a bad idea when I first asked her like a month ago. That kind of held me by surprise. Like, already you weren't even going to let me know that your mom said no, you couldn't go, but yet now you're going. yeah, I was confused. So I kind of just was like, wow. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start backing up because I have a week and a couple days till prom. And I am not giving a girl less than a week to figure this out. So I told Hannah, hey, you have till Friday to let me know if you can come to my prom. If your mom says it's okay. Because I was talking to Danny and I was figuring out, you know, maybe I can get Hannah's mom's phone number kind of to talk to her. But I didn't think that was a good idea because I felt like that was going behind Hannah's back and I didn't really want to worry about that. So I let her know. And now, in this whole process, I was like, okay, let's think. Who can I go to prom with? Who do I know that would be okay with going to prom? So I knew this girl. This girl goes to another school. We're going to call her Kenzie, just to make it easier for you guys. So I called Kenzie, or I told her, I was like, hey, what are you doing a week from this Saturday? And she was like, I don't know, I don't think I'm going anywhere or doing anything. And I was like, hey, do you want to come to my prom? And she's like, what? Really? Sure. And so she didn't know, and for 100%, but she wanted to let me know. So I was like, okay, I will let you know 100% by this weekend if my prom date, because I kind of gave her the background saying how Hannah's kind of sick, her mom doesn't want her to go, blah, 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 blah. And so I let Kenzie know. And so that was kind of that. So Thursday comes around, and I'm talking to Danny, and I told her the situation, and I told Hannah that she needed to make a decision soon, and she didn't reply to me at all. So this morning I texted Hannah and I said, hey, listen, we're not gonna go to prom. Because I hadn't heard from her, and I just said, hey, we're not gonna go to prom. I want you to feel better. This is just gonna make it easier so you don't have to try and make it so you can come and try and argue with your mom, blah, 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 blah. And so I figured that out. So while this is going on, Danny is thinking, hey, you know, Danny has another friend named Carol. We're just going to call her Carol. And so Carol is a friend of Danny and Hannah. So Danny is thinking, you know, hey, maybe Carol can come to prom. And I was like, who is Carol? I've never met Carol in my life. So Danny wanted Carol to just come to my prom. And so I was like, okay, I kind of see where you're coming from. And so I talked to Mark, and I was like, hey, Carol and Danny were wanting to come to a prom. But Danny thought, what if she went to prom with me and this Carol girl went to prom with Mark? Because Carol and Mark have never met. Danny and Mark have never met, but they have talked to each other. But I knew Danny really well. So I talked to Mark and I was like, hey, how about you go to prom with Danny's other friend, Carol, and I'll go to prom with Danny. And he didn't think that was a good idea. And I can't blame him at all. I mean, that's kind of a big deal, you know, switching off at a week left. And so I was like, okay, I understand. So I told Danny, hey, you know, he's not really into this, and he kind of just wants to go to prom with you. And so Danny's like, okay, how about you go to prom with Carol? And I already had talked to Kenzie saying, hey, how about you come to prom with me? So I didn't really know how to handle the situation. So I told Danny this morning, and I said, hey, listen, how about I get you an answer by Sunday if I can go to, if my plan B, because I told her I already had a plan B. That was Kenzie. I told her that, hey, if my plan B doesn't work, I will take Carol. Sorry, not Carl. Carol. I will take Carol. And so she's like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. And so to right now, I have not talked to Hannah at all. I don't know what her problem is. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm not going to let this really ruin my problem or anything I've got going on. So that's kind of just how that is. Prom has definitely been a roller coaster of a ride. It has definitely had its crazy ups and downs, loops and rights, and everything else. And so it has definitely been quite the ride. Now, off of that my prom topic, I have a cousin that goes to Denver. He goes to a big school in Denver. And he texted me the other day and he's like, hey, what are you doing April 25th? And I was like, I don't think I'm doing anything. So he texted me, he's like, hey, do you want to come to a big boy prom? And I will tell you guys why he said that. So I go to a small school. My school is about 300 kids, or just high school. But I go to a school K through 12. which is about maybe 400 kids, maybe 450, I want to say. My graduating class is 30. So my cousin had a friend who needed a prom date, and so I was like, you know, maybe. So I talked to, he gave me a friend's number, and we kind of been chit-chatting back and forth, you know, just seeing. And so I've got that prom to go to. Now I haven't made 100% sure because, you know, everything, it's about 5-hour drive to Denver from where I live, and so that's kind of how that's been going for that prom. I also have a great friend that I met on a cruise who lives in Arizona who invited me to a prom. And so I looked up a flight fare, and it was about $200 round trip, which is ridiculous. That is amazing price just for, you know, I'd probably go out a Friday and come back on a Monday, and I'd probably just hang out down there in Arizona. So that's kind of how my life has been going with prom. Prom has definitely been interesting. So far, if all goes right, I'll be going to 3 proms, which is pretty cool. I have so many friends, and it's awesome that they all want to invite me and want to make me part of their prom life, their prom experience, their senior experience. And so it's been really something fun and enjoying. I want to know in the comments below if any of you guys have had a prom experience quite like this, because as you have heard, mine has definitely been quite interesting, but I kind of just want to hear how your prom was. Have you guys had prom yet? Have you haven't? Have you had any real interesting experiences? Have you not? Either way, I just thought it'd be cool just to kind of tell me, you guys. But I will keep you guys in the loop. I will let you guys know how my prom goes, who I actually managed to go to prom with, who, if Hannah has yet to talk to me, if not, if is, I'll tell you if I'm going to prom with Kenzie or Carol. Danny and Mark are still going to prom, so I think that's a good one. I think those two are going. But I will just kind of keep you guys in the loop. I wanted to just, you know, tell you guys how my life is going, how prom's treating me. Expect some more stories. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoy the gameplay in the background. I know it was nothing brand new. I just kind of threw in a couple clips. If you like the gameplay, you might as well leave a like. If you like the story, you could leave a like. If you're brand new and like both of them, you might as well subscribe because, hey, why not? I'm going to continue to tell you stories, and maybe you want to know what the rest of the story is. You know, maybe. So that would be awesome, and that would help me a lot. Show that you really enjoy this. And as always, guys, I'm going to leave it there and tell you guys to please wash your hands. Bye now.